Hello everyone and welcome to something I've not said in a very long time. Welcome to a new Let's Play. Well, I mean, I kind of gave up on the whole Let's Play thing, but this is basically my own commentary walkthrough of Final Fantasy VII. I have got access to intermission, but this one will be heavily just mainly focused on the remake. I've thought about it if I want to play on hard mode or if I want to play on normal. I think for this we'll play on normal. I haven't got all the achievements. We're playing on PS5, but if you allow me to just give you just a minute or so of your time, I can kind of give you a rough explanation of who I am, what I'm about, and just how much I'm in love with this franchise. So, my name is Neon Genesis. I'm a English person who absolutely adores the Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy franchise as a whole. In fact, I actually speedrun the original Final Fantasy VII on on Twitch. If you ever want to tune into those, I'm more than happy to have you there and explain the speedrun to you and explain the stuff we do and things like that. And for those who are in the speedrunning community, you'll know that I do any percent and no slots. But that aside, I'm not going to be speedrunning this game. This will be a casual playthrough. Maybe I can give you some sort of tidbits and maybe we can kind of analyse the game as we go through the game. This is by no means the perfect walkthrough. It's just my own personal preference and my own way of going through the game, and hopefully we can just dissect the game together and really just enjoy the game. So I've got a few personal things going on in real life right now, so I thought I would start to back up having some sort of YouTube content going on. So this is going to be uploading on the channel in case anything happens with my Twitch streams as of recording this right now. So I'm not going to do many details, but if you want to know a bit more about that, feel free to stop by on the streams and I can explain that a bit more to you. Otherwise, I'm absolutely stoked to get into this game. I have played this game fairly recently on stream, but we never kind of finished it. It was just a very kind of relaxed, chill playthrough, very much as this will be. But I quite like to stop and take a moment and talk about the game when I can and look at the sceneries and maybe throw in a few tidbits here and there. There's quite a lot I can explain about the original Final Fantasy VII since I speedrun the game, but since we're not playing that game, I'm not going to have that information to share in this playthrough, but maybe I can share something anyway. So anyway, that aside, I think it's about time we dived into the world of Final Fantasy VII. So let's start a brand new game. I'm playing with default controls. We'll play on normal. I can play on hard mode, I have got a save for it. I'm not going to be playing on classic or anything, I'll be playing on normal. And I'm going to try and shut up during the opening FMVs, so enjoy. Oh boy, guys, here we go. Three, two, one. Hell yeah, let's do this, dudes. I'm excited. You can't see me now, but I'm bopping my head.
Get down here, Merc.
And before you know it, we're already in the swing of things. Holy moly, just look at the colours, look at the game. I mean, I have played this game a few times now, maybe 3 or 4 times, but every time I start this game it's just very overwhelming for me, you know? And especially for someone who speedruns this game, this game just means so much to me. I have actually met the voice actor of Barret. Holy moly, John Eric Bentley is actually just the kindest guy you'll ever meet. He actually sent me a private video on Twitter from an event I went to, wishing that I could go to the evening event, and said next time I should plan for it. So anyway, by the by, let's get into it. I don't remember the controls, so just give it a second. Oh, I can't do much yet. Okay, that's fine. So, that's fine. Let's go.
Halt! Who goes there? You're up.
I do hope the audio and everything's okay. I have got some audio ducking on, so hopefully it reduces the game audio a little bit when I'm talking. I'll kind of read this out loud just so people kind of follow along with me. This is to press square to attack with Cloud Sword. Hold square to unleash an attack capable of hitting multiple enemies nearby. Now I already kind of know like some advanced stuff in this game, but I'll kind of go over that as we play through. But
You're coming with us. Nice and easy.
Don't think so. Not bad.
And level 7, just like the starting of the original FF7 is, Cloud will level up after the first 2 soldiers to level 7. So exactly following that suit. Oh, dude, I'm so excited. I'm sorry, I know I'm taking my time, but I'm just a bit, you know. Even though I've played this game again, I'm just, I've played this game before even.
Hands where I can see them.
It's such a fluid game.
Have fun.
ATB gauge fills as time passes by. Attacking with square. Once the bar is full, or once a bar is full, your character can perform special actions. Charges can be used immediately or saved. Try attacking the enemy to fill the gauge. So basically, on the bottom right hand side, you'll see that every time I'm attacking, this will build up my ATB. And the way I play this game is basically, if you've got an ATB, you want to be using it. I see a lot of players playing this game who attack with square, and you've got an ATB and you just sit on your ATB. That's just my preference in playing. I try to use it because there's no point sitting on an ATB if you can be using it, basically. A quick little tidbit is if you use fire on most enemies, especially like soldiers, like humans, they tend to do the most bit of damage. So yeah.
Freeze! Moving.
And if we actually use fire here, you'll hear him say, "He has magic."
Where the hell did he get?
Or in that other line, where the hell did he get materia? Or I think that's what he said. When not in battle, you can check the map, open menus, and view various kinds of information. Use I think that's the start button, to open the menu. Press the touchpad to access the map and check your various objectives. When the whatever icon appears, move your character close to it to automatically jump and crouch. or perform whatever action is required. So yeah, that's the menu when I press start. Such a sleek menu as well. There's a couple of settings I will adjust later on as the game goes on, but I'm going to let you guys see why I'm going to make them first. And of course we do have photo mode. And this is the map. Oh, press R1 to get to our objective. I didn't know that. Cool. Bum, bum, ba-da-ba-bam. Okay, so if you look at these poses, the Benora White is a thing that's mentioned in Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, meaning basically that if they're already putting this in the game here, I imagine it's basically canon. So the rest of it is just promotional stuff, but all have their own meanings, like hair tonic, ideal scalp care. So I'm presuming that's like a bit of a semi-dig at Cloud's hair, I guess. Yeah, cool. Very cool.
Drop the weapon!
You got this.
Yeah, what he said.
So guarding and evading, you can defend against an enemy attacks by holding R1 to guard or circle to evade. A successful guard reduces the amount of damage suffered and also charges your A to B gauge.
You're coming with us.
Can't get surrounded. Try harder.
So if we look here, you can see it's charging, but if I do this,
Get ready.
this is me going into Punisher mode, which basically allows a counter-attack. We are going to be taught this shortly, but this is what I mean by how I know some of the advanced stuff already. So how I did that is I pressed R1 and then I pressed triangle. It's like kind of going into a sort of defender Punisher mode. And as you can see, the amount of damage it does is extraordinary. So I'm going to go into focus thrust here on maybe the guy who's got full health.
Here it comes.
He's dead. See if I can do it again. Press R1 and triangle. Wait for them to melee me. And just like that. And because we actually swing the sword around, it's like an area of effect. So it actually does a wide range damage. So we'd actually just kill 2 soldiers in one go there. So again, I did think about playing this in hard mode. But I figured in normal mode's fine. You can open chests using triangle to open or to open doors or talk to people. You can see the world. You can see the word to hold. Then you need to hold triangle to open. So basically, triangle to open and activate things, doors, chests, that kind of thing. You know, this isn't a 100% playthrough, just my own personal preference. And also, please bear with me. It's my first kind of commentary playthrough off stream in a very long time. So. If you find boxes with the Shinra logo, press square to smash them with your sword. They may contain useful items such as potions that restore HP or Mako shards. Sorry, it's Mako, I believe. Mako shards that restore MP. So as you can see there, we recovered MP with a Mako shard. And we actually received a potion. There's also a chance that we can get a Moogle medal. And you can actually, there's a little trick to respawning these, which I won't be showing you through this, but I can kind of give you the pinpoint location where you can run back and farm these chests if you wanted to get an abundance of Moogle medals early in the game, but there's really no need in my opinion. Let's continue.
So what's Soldier Boy's deal? Is he one of us now? He's got balls, this, what was his name again?
Cloud Strife.
Right.
And he isn't a soldier anymore. Still, he's a professional, unlike the rest of us. I'm glad to have him.
This is a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done.
Real joy to work with, though.
You'll keep us safe,
Real
right?
joy to
Cloud?
look at, too.
Here we go.
Looks are what people notice first.
Guess I'm not on the same page as people.
I'd say you're not even reading the same book.
Enough. We're done here.
Or even the same...
Give it a rest.
Sorry, that whole exchange is just hilarious. Again, nothing else for me to pinpoint here. You know, as we go through, hopefully I can show you some more things, point out a few things, especially on PS5.
Wow, they've almost got the door. We're doing this. We're really doing it. Man, I think I'm gonna be sick. You'll keep us safe, right, Cloud?
I think when he says, oh, you know, I feel like I'm gonna be sick, I feel like he says that in the original, but because I speedrun the game, I haven't read the game in a while, so but I feel like that's what he says. But let's have a chat with Barret.
Come on, nobody do something this crazy just for money. They may not think you're a true believer, but you know what I think?
Not interested.
What?
Wedge. You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gil.
Man, I love this music subtly in the background. It's so good. Oh, so good. Alright, let's go. You can press the R3 to lock onto specific targets. Press R3 again to unlock. While locked onto a target, you can use the right analog stick, sorry, to or left and right D-pad to switch between multiple targets. Targeting is definitely the weaker side of this game, in my opinion. I don't really like to lock onto targets, not in particular anywhere, but that's one of my like small pet hates. Is the targeting system can be a little bit janky at times.
Get him, boy!
So I'm gonna go into Punisher and defensive mode here, because this dog here can take a little while to stagger.
This won't take long.
And I'm gonna brave it now, and the dog is dead.
Looks like you're next. Anytime now.
Should hit me now, hopefully, and should die. No, he's just gonna shoot me. That's fine.
That it?
So if you go and grab that chest, an enemy will spawn here. I think there's another dog and another soldier. If you don't, it won't spawn, but we're gonna grab it. I'll kind of show you where all the chests are, if I know where they are. There we go.
I found one!
That's that.
Come on, the dog's gonna come and bite me now, surely. And... brave it. You can kind of see I'm flicking through the menus pretty quickly there, so I apologise if I'm moving pretty quick, but it's just how I roll. You know, I build up an ATB. So what I did there really quickly is I built up an ATB really quickly. I knew I Punisher mode him, which also built up the stagger gauge on the enemy. Then once it's staggered, I then went into a focus thrust, which also builds up stagger gauge. So basically the best way to remember in this game is that anything that has focus in it builds up stagger gauge. That's how I remember it personally, and I do not know everything about this game, but that's one of the things that I do to try and remember. And then I went straight in from that to a stagger, into a braver, because I had another ATB, and the braver just finished off the dog. So these enemies look really super easy, but it's the beginning of the game, so it will get a little bit harder in a bit.
Hey, Cloud! Elevator's over there! Catch up soon!
So there's some chests here we can grab. Again, recover MP if need be. Grab some potions. So we've got 13 potions we can use. Man, the lighting in this game is crazy. Alright.
This way.
Guys, let's do it.
Not so fast. We've got company.
We? Or like me. Alright, another dog, so I'm going to be using Punisher mode and locking again.
Think you can stop me?
Wait for it. Oh well, that helped me out.
Anytime now.
There's a dog. Wait for it. Staggered. Gonna build up an ATB. And Braver. Oh well, didn't even get the Braver off. So my health is halfway. I probably should heal here. And I might heal, I'm tempted. But I'm gonna leave it and see what happens. So there's gonna be a chest around this corner here. You can get a Moogle medal here if you're lucky, or if you're unlucky, you get nothing, like I did. So it's always like RNG at this point, I think. But if you want to go back from this point, if you go back to where I originally showed you or told you earlier, where you can get Moogle medals, you know, the first bunch of crates we get, if you go back, those crates should have respawned. So you can actually run back and forth, and all those chests will respawn, and you can, you know, farm up potions or Moogle medals. But generally on normal mode, you really don't need it. So, but if you are struggling and you want to play this, you know, game on normal mode, or even if you're struggling on easy mode, that's something you can do if you so wish to choose. But again, I don't really feel you need to do that in this game. Hopefully with watching this playthrough, I'm able to give you some advice and tips on maybe how to survive a little bit better in fights.
Take one, get him!
So Punisher mode is like, you kind of see Cloud build up his sword there like that. That's Punisher mode. So again, we're piling on the potions. I don't think I took any damage there at all there. I got 513 health still. It's pretty nice. Also, you can press L2 to bring up the, like, I don't know what that is. I think that's more like a guidance thing, so you can kind of see roughly where your destination is. So as I walk away, you can see that it's getting further away. But also you can press L2 again and you can bring up the radar, which a lot of people seem to play the game with radar on. I feel like it's you know, good for navigation, especially for those who tend to struggle with navigation in this game. But I personally like to play with it off, just to add a bit more of a cleaner screen and a bit more of a, I don't know, a bit more immersive in my opinion. The famous, infamous bridge screen. So the fun fact about Final Fantasy VII is when we start the speedrun, we run on the screen here in the original Final Fantasy VII, we get to like about here, and we actually bring up the menu in Final Fantasy VII Original, of course, and we're able to skip a battle. So by just bringing up the menu on the exact pixel where the battle takes place, we're able to skip that. So I'll throw in a few tidbits about the speedrun here and now, just because some people might be a bit interested.
I'll secure our escape route, okay? You go on and catch up with the others.
So when I mentioned earlier that Wedge, I think that Wedge says in the original, oh, I think I'm going to be sick. I think he says it here in the original game. But again, I could be wrong.
Keep them safe, please. Don't worry about me. Go. I'll secure our escape route,
alright,
okay?
Cheers. Okay, Wedge, okay. Oh, this screen, dude, I just, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say sometimes. Such a stunning game. But let's get into it, because we're still going in. Not even in the reactor yet. This is the literally the reactor entrance.
Soldiers may attack on command, but I hear they make good guard dogs too. Bet you've seen a few reactors. So how do we get to the bridge above Mako storage? Ain't holding out on me, are you? Stamp scared to bite the hand that fed him? Or is he a loyal little doggy? Have it your way, Mutt. We can do this with you, or we can do this without you.
Different reactor, different layout. Depends when it was built. Never seen one like this, but I'll manage.
So you'll hear that Barret referred to something called stamp, I think. So I think that this will come into fruition a little bit later on, what that is, and explain, you know, who and what that is. But it's kind of something in this game. It was never mentioned in the original.
Don't you worry. Biggs will have the door open soon.
I'm watching you.
So just like in the original, we have to speak to these so they can open the door.
In 3, 2... Damn, I'm good.
It's one of my favorite soundtracks.
Who's there? Door! Whoa, wait! It's over!
That's my line.
So this is where it's actually teaching me Punisher mode and Cloud's unique abilities. So this is the tutorial for it. I'm going to read it so that people can understand it maybe. I obviously already know this. So say Cloud's unique ability, switching modes. Every character has a unique ability which you can activate with the triangle button. With Cloud's mode shift ability, you can switch between his balanced operator mode and his attack orientated Punisher mode. Press triangle to try it out. Press triangle to try it out.
He's alone!
In Punisher mode, Cloud moves more slowly, but Square unleashes a more powerful attack than usual. In addition, Cloud launches a counter blow every time he guards against an enemy's melee attack. He cannot, however, guard against ranged attacks or magic. When you evade such attacks, you'll switch back to operator mode.
We can take him! Make it rain!
So, you know, we get to slow down time here, and because this guy's kind of staggered here, I'm gonna go for this guy here, look.
It's over.
We're back.
Then let's move.
He always knows just what to say.
Cut it out.
I got this place covered.
I just love I just absolutely love the banter between them all. It's one thing this game does really well is when you're playing through the game, you hear the interaction between, you know, other characters and players, and so it's so good. It's really well done. Something you'll see is on the top left side of the screen, and sometimes when we're in like towns or
Well, what are you waiting for?
stuff like that, you'll see that there's text on the screen from hearing like random folks talking. That can be a little bit intrusive at some points, and some NPCs might or will talk over each other, which I suppose reflects kind of like real life because people are, you know, around each other talking out loud. So if you're walking through a town or city, people do that, but it's something that kind of feels a bit intrusive in this game sometimes. So if you want to ever turn that off, you can go into the system, go to options, go to audio, go to I think it's gameplay. Yeah, gameplay, and I think it's chat log, and you can actually hide it if you'd like. So that's something you can do if you want to, but again, we'll kind of talk about that later on.
Simmer down, hotshot.
I got this place covered.
It's a good thing I know someone who can get us the passcodes. Pity no one else at command will talk to us, but what can you do? Then we're good.
Careful in there.
Alright, let's go.
What are you waiting for?
So again, we recovered more MP. We don't really need to, and I haven't even healed yet. I probably will have to heal when we get a bit deeper in, but I would definitely recommend healing, to be fair, if you're around my health. So just for that, we'll show that we can heal. I can actually show you something else with potions later on, but a little bit later on that'll come into fruition again. We'll talk about that.
Security is only gonna get tighter, so be ready. We can't afford any more mistakes.
Looks like the elevator's on another floor. Mind pushing that button?
Oh, man, these voice actors are so good.